Welcome back, everyone, to the Rifter number 6. Now, today we are going to look at assassins in Palladium Fantasy. Now, it's not just new assassin OCCs or new assassin skills or powers. No. It's the background of the assassin depending on what country you come from. Where did you learn to be an assassin? You're going to be a different kind of assassin now. So let's go ahead and jump right into it.
Honestly, I don't know why, because I don't like assassins in my game, but this sounds very interesting to me.
Let's find out. All right. Universally, assassins are paid killers. When one talks about assassins at Palladium, one is normally referring to a member of the assassin OCC, a professional killer. Given the breadth of different cultures in Palladium, it is only natural to expect differences in the styles, custom guilds, and techniques among the killers. What follows is an attempt to suggest how professional assassins act and operate in each of the main cultures on Palladium: the Western Empire, Lopan, the Wolfen Empire, Byzantium, the Kingdom of Timiro, and the fledgling Eastern territories. So, and it gets right into it. It just jumps right in. Start with the Western Empire. Under the dictates of Emperor Itomas, the act of assassination and the attempted contracting of an assassin have been declared illegal. That's not to say that it was not illegal in the past. It's just that now that's being more enforced. So regardless, assassins are accepted as part of Western culture among all classes. As much as city guards, courts of law, and militia are ways to deal with some problems, the Assassin's Guild is always an option, but it's illegal. Western assassins are hired by the rich and poor. When their fees cannot be afforded, services and favors will often be accepted in their stead, such as the setting up of a safe house, the hiding of a man or a weapon, smuggling information, whatever. So in the Western Empire, anyone can hire an assassin. It's not just the elites, because you don't need money. You can do the guild favors and get an actionable assassin to do dirty work for you. So it's kind of like a barter system or a trade. Can be done. That's good to know. You don't have to be rich. Like, you're just Joe Schmoth, the Thatcher, but Billy the butthead neighbor is trying to pork your wife. Well, Billy's got to go.
But to be fair, you do have to put your butt on the line a little bit here, especially if you're doing something as, a safe house. I don't want that safe house underneath my actual house. I want that to be somewhere else.
Exactly, right? You're doing the whole Harriet Tubman of assassins thing. You might get in trouble, right? So yeah, there's a drawback. Assassin guilds are easily contacted. The hire will normally wear an attractor, a piece of jewelry, you're wearing a hat or a scarf or have a flower in your lapel, whatever, and to let the client know that you are the representative of the guild, and then you make a deal. And then everyone does what they're supposed to do. Either you pay or you do a service or whatever. And then whatever you want the assassin to deal with gets done. Now, is it just murder? Well, let's find out.
Kind of in the name, isn't assassin?
Western assassins are trained more subtly than others are because, again, there's a crackdown on assassination. Even being an assassin is illegal. So they got to be a little under the radar. In other cultures, assassins are commonly trained for direct confrontation with the victim, hence the deadly hand-to-hand skill and extra attacks gained by the OCC. Open attacks in the Western Empire is not viable. The assassin will normally be tracked down. If the guild is not careful, so will they. The West assassins are often trained in darker methods, such as poisoning and precise strikes from the shadows. So this isn't just there's my target, kill my target, get away. No. In the Western Empire, because of the crackdown on assassinations, you have to be crafty. You have to be part assassin and part spy. So that's how you're going to be trained.
How do you handle in your games like Palladium Fantasy, where people have a lot of hit points and weapons don't inherently do a lot of damage, and you have to be whatever level in order to have death blow? How would you handle somebody jumping out of the shadows and killing somebody theoretically in one strike?
Well, the OCC of Assassin does give you some things that can instantly kill, as long as it's done from surprise.
Okay.
So the Assassin OCC has powers that can do that, but also as a game master, if they set up an ambush really well, the player really thought it through, and made plans for 1, 2, 3, even 3 contingencies. Dude, give it to him. Give it to him. I mean, he's being a professional.
Yeah, I always went with the idea of if it's I use the term now, I didn't use it back then, but if it's a mook, just a regular civilian or whatever, you can do your job. If you're trying to do it against a prominent NPC or a player character, please don't do that against player characters. But then it would be whatever the rules say as far as combat and hit points. Yeah,
it would be resisted. I understand. Let's see. Ambushes involving stabbing or garroting are the most common technique for simple contracts. More prominent targets will often require poisoning of food and drink, trap and alarm avoidance, sniping, or coordinated ambushes to kill or remove bodyguards. The most prominent targets will often require infiltration of their households through disguise or control of their staff, either through intimidation, blackmail, or magic. The deactivation of magical traps and alarms, multi-part poisons, and dealing with magic-wielding or supernatural bodyguards. These are all things the assassin in the Western Empire has to figure out a way to deal with quietly. There is no laying siege to get to your target. No. You're going to have to be hired, wait 6 months, to get the lay of the land, get all the security down, all that stuff, work as a cook or a cleaner or whatever, a maid, whatever, to be able to get to your target. That's how it works in the Western Empire. Sometimes murder has to be made to appear by accident if you're even thinking about getting away, which is interesting because then you get to the nation of Lopan, which is an island. Now, messed that up. There we go. Lopan is the Western nobles' playground. Many have villas and estates, which they visit from time to time. So right now you're thinking, wait a minute, they're on vacation. High profile target, vacations in Lopan, vacations here. It's not going to be as high security. That's true. But Western assassins avoid Lopan. Why? Because of the next sentence. If a murder is committed, the island can be sealed and all of the ports closed. You are now trapped on that island. You're trapped. You better have a really good exit strategy. If you don't, they're going to find you eventually. And if a high-level NPC like a governor or a prince or a duke or whatever was assassinated, they're going to lock that place down until the offender is found, until you are found. It's kind of like killing a guard in Alcatraz and then getting to the mainland. Getting to the mainland is going to be hard enough, but with everyone on your butt, that's going to be even harder. So assassins in Lopan, not a good deal. Let's see what else it says. This has grown into an unspoken rule in the Western guilds that Lopan is safe ground. This rule holds true for nobles and commoners are still truce for nobles. Commoners are still game targets as they're rarely an investigation or even fuss over the accidents. So Billy the Butthead, who's like macking on your wife, he goes to Lopan for like a vacation. Like he saved up for 5 years. Now he's gonna go to Lopan for vacation. You can have him killed. No one's going to care. No one's going to lock down the island for Billy the Butthead. All right. But anyone who's prominent, even a mid-level merchant, they'd probably lock it down for at least a little while. So don't do that. As a result, there's very little guild activity on Lopan. The only exceptions are when foreign guilds try to open shop on the island. Foreign as in not from the Western Empire. The result after a single warning is always bloody. Like, don't do that here. I'm going to do that here. Don't do it. You did it again. Oh, now you're all dead. Despite this, there are consistent rumors of an assassin's guild, which all of its members are also trained wizards. There has never been any proof, and no one seems to know how to contact them. Several impossible murders on the island have been accredited to them in rumor, if not in official records. That is for the game master who wants to create a super underground assassin's guild made of wizards on the island of Lopan. You want to do that? Great. You don't? It's rumor. Then we go to the Wolfen Empire.
Yes.
Now, I know you're gonna like this, but the one thing about Wolfen is they're honorable.
Yep.
I mean, they're like Klingons.
It's the coils that aren't. I hate coils.
There you go. So, how do assassins work in a culture like this? Let's find out. there's very little demand for assassins in the Wolfen civilization. The new empire's laws handle conflicts, and more traditional methods are face-to-face fights in front of the tribe when laws fail. If a stronger opponent requires removal from the path, the Wolfen mentality is to enlist the aid of a stronger warrior. The one part of the Wolfen Empire where assassins can be found is the military. Assassins, commonly coil, human, or orc, are deployed on the battlefield or in enemy strongholds to strike directly at enemy commanders. One common tactic is to send the assassins in areas where the enemy armies will be passing through. Rather than striking at the forces like common ambushers, the military assassin aims to strike only for the officer. Now, this means that if you are a Wolfen assassin, you are not going to make it past level 3. You're going to be dead. Because your job is to kill the commanding officer. Getting away after doing that is almost impossible. All the guards are coming after you now. Everyone's coming after you. You didn't kill Billy the Butthead. You killed the actual snake's head.
I mean, Americans did it pretty well in the Revolutionary War.
Yeah, well, apparently not here. Attempting to use the assassins as spies is a futile exercise, as most members of the Wolfen Empire automatically becomes a center of attention in a human land. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a Wolfen assassin and you leave Wolfen area, there's no hiding. There's no sneaking around where people can see you. There's no blending in. So being a Wolfen assassin has a very, very low survival rate because you are trained to just go after the leaders. Make it spectacular, make it final, and then try and get away. They usually don't. The position of military assassin is an honorable one that demands great respect from the common Wolfen soldier, as any successful strike against the enemy's commanders will almost certainly result in the assassin's death by the victim's troops. That's how it works. Sure, man, you took a shot in the throne and you hit. Great. You completed your mission, but now you're probably not going to get away.
Drink your sake, say Emperor Bonsai.
There you go. And you're done. So being a Wolfen assassin and using this book, probably not a great idea. So let's see Byzantium. Okay, let's see what the Kingdom of Byzantium has for assassins. The citizens of Byzantium, the island kingdom north of the Wolfen Empire, are a proud people. Honor, bravery, and justice are deeply embedded in their culture. Doesn't sound good for an assassin. But like any civilization, there will be tension between its peoples, and one will seek the death of another. Often, this will not be the result of greed or removing of an inconvenient competitor, but the result of a person seeking justice against one who is martially?
Mm-hmm. Militarily
strong. Okay. When there are no more friends, there's no more room in hell. No, sorry. That's different line. When there are no more friends or family to help, i.e. the wife of a slain husband with no strong family, professional help is sought. Assassins are not hired to sneak and kill in the night. Rather, there are some Byzantine warriors who have honed their killing skills, concentrating on single targets, not military melees, maritime battles, or monster fighting. They are known as slayers, not assassins, and will keenly make their point known if labeled as such. So, in the Byzantium Empire, assassins are more like the A-team, right? If you can find them and you can hire them, you can get the job done.
Dun, dun, dun,
Exactly.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun. There is no guild of slayers and no set way to contact them. In some large towns and cities, slayers wear distinctive clothing, weapons, or even just hairstyles that are traditionally associated with these mercenary killers.
So they're out in the open.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I kill people.
In smaller towns where it's easier to know everyone, the slayer will not have to advertise because everyone will already know. Sometimes the slayer will approach the bereaved and weak. The ambulance chaser assassin will stake out like bar fights and funerals, trying to get business. Yeah, that's great. Because they fight in the name of justice, a strong part of Byzantium culture, slayers are tolerated but not revered or respected. After all, they have dedicated themselves to fighting other men in the Byzantium rather than defending them. There are a few stories told of heroic slayers in Byzantium, but not many. When out to kill, slayers will preferably fight when the victim is alone. This avoids the prospect of the target's companions causing complication. This will not be an ambush, however. The slayer will tell the target what deed he is to die for and to defend himself. It will be a fair fight. So the assassin in the Byzantium Empire is more of a proxy honor warrior, where you've been wronged, you're not strong enough to get justice, you pay the slayer, who is the assassin, to get justice on your behalf. And it's going to be on the board, it's going to be level. He's going to go up to the target and go, this is you, this is what you've done, you killed my father, prepare to die. And then there's a duel. And hopefully your assassin is better and wins.
Or you killed his father, prepare to die.
There you go. If your assassin loses, well, the one thing the assassin didn't say was who hired me. So they don't know. Hopefully they won't figure it out. But if someone said you are here because you killed Joe Schmo, well, they're going to look at Joe Schmo's wife and go, did you send that son of a bitch? Did you do that? She'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then she'll die anyway, but whatever. So get a good assassin. That's what I'm talking about. If the target is constantly amongst companions or his bodyguards, a tactic of the slayer is to draw the victim into an open fight through insults and accusations of cowardice. Only if the target refuses to fight and constantly hides behind the guards will the slayer attempt to sneak into the target's house, possibly to kill the coward in his sleep, or fight if the guards can be kept at bay. Slayers consider poison, ambushes, sniping, and outnumbering their opponent cheating.
Oh.
Only the most cowardly and corrupt will attempt such things, and even then they will have to be very careful to save their reputation. Killing a man in a fight in the name of justice and vengeance is acceptable. Killing from the shadows with poison is murder, and murderers are executed. So again,
So wait, why are you here to kill me? Well, because you killed him with poison. Oh.
And people who hear that will go, "Whoa, I'm not with him. He's on his own." His guards might even turn on him, like, "Whoa, I didn't know you were that. Yeah, you were that kind of guy." Nope, not helping you. Entirely possible. Slayer characters receive an extra weapon proficiency due to the slant of their training and have the option of taking hand-to-hand martial arts instead of assassin. Remember, they are technically the assassin OCC, but because the culture is different, it's modified. They are not they can't do covert killings unless they want to bring themselves great dishonor. They're more of a fighter than an assassin, so which is why they get martial arts instead of assassin. They use their rogue skills a lot less than regular assassins, reduce the category skill bonus to plus 5% instead of whatever it is.
But nothing replaces that. So it's like you take a hit, but you get nothing to replace the hit.
Well, no, a lot of times, depending on how you fight, hand-to-hand martial arts is better than hand-to-hand assassin. You start off with more attacks, and you start off with better bonuses. With the hand-to-hand assassin, you get a lot of like critical attacks from behind, coup de grace attacks, which you would not do in this society anyway. You wouldn't do it. So it would be wasted abilities. So they replaced it. But yeah, all your rogue skills get whatever their percentage bonus is, it's reduced to plus 5. Then we have the Timiro Kingdom. Timiro is a very old society. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. I'm sorry. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. It has laws, rules, and acceptable behavior for almost every situation and is very self-righteous. Assassination is considered a very low act. Assassins are not regarded as avengers of the weak or military heroes. Rather, they are considered murdering scum and a threat to the kingdom. Okay, well, we went 180 on this one. Because of their lowly reputation, assassins in Timiro have to be very careful about everything they do and train in secret, like ninjas. Because of this, they have to charge very expensive fees to cover their costs. They have to bribe guards, training, search, compound, whatever. The high cost of assassination has meant that the assassins usually only work for the rich folk. Unlike these other places, especially in forget what it is, but you can barter for services for an assassination. No, it's money, and it's a lot of it.
So Western Empire?
Yeah. If you're not rich, it's not going to happen. You need lots and lots of money to get an assassin in this place. Much like the Western empires, the court assassins guild are ancient. Each guild restricts its activities to a collection of cities and towns. They cannot afford a war amongst guilds, as this would draw too much attention to themselves. Each member of a royal house or politician is normally introduced to a contact, whom it is suggested can take care of inconveniences. The contact is not an assassin. It will be a well-to-do, influential person who passes on messages to the Assassin's Guild. So, in this country, to keep a separation of the employer and the employed, there's a middleman. And when you come of age and you are in high society, you are introduced. This is the middleman. If you need someone gone, you talk to him and he'll talk to the people who can make it happen. That's how it works in this country.
Is this supposed to be Palladium Japan?
It very well could be. When a court assassin is required, the noble informs the contact he requires some help, and the contact will arrange an interview. In the privacy of the nobleman's house or in a discreet location, a meeting is held, and the job and fees are discussed. Because the guilds work only to make money, the victim is normally given the chance to buy out the contract at an increased price. So, sometimes the person you open a contract out on has the opportunity to buy out that contract so he does not get assassinated, but it will be more money, usually 20 to 50% more than what you paid to have this guy killed. Why? Because the Assassin's Guild in this country does not have the honor of the deal. It's just money. They only care about money. Just like bad mercenaries in Rifts or bad mercenaries in history. Sure, they're paid to kill you, but if you pay more to not kill you, they'll just go away. And that's exactly what the Assassin's Guild can do here. You can, if you're the target, you can go to your contact and tell him, hey, I want to buy out the contract on my life. Let me know how much money I got to go, and I'll throw it at him. And then you're free. Now, I don't know how an Assassin's Guild, stays in business doing that, but apparently they do. There's only 3 occurrences for which this process of bidding is ignored. The first is when the target resides in another guild's territory. In such cases, the guild of the hirer must also negotiate for permission to assassinate their target, making the fee for the hirer very expensive. The second is when the hirer doesn't want this bidding to happen and can afford to pay for the privilege, at least doubling the fee. So if you double or more the fee on the initial contract, the target cannot try and outbid you. It's a closed contract.
Not even like 5 times more. Look, I am the richest guy in the land. Here, I will dump lands, trees, money, whatever. Here, take it. No, I got paid double, so no.
Sorry, I got paid double or more than double, so it's a closed contract. I can't do it. I'd have to give back all my money. The last is when the guild perceives the target to be far too dangerous to inform of a potential assassination, possibly because of the resources the target could protect himself with. So if it's like a king or an archduke or an archmage or whatever, like if someone approaches him and says, hey, you're target assassination, do you want to outbid the contract? And the guy is so powerful, he'll go, no, come on. They won't even approach him because now he's got his defenses up and you're not going to be able to fulfill your contract. You have the 15th level wizard. Sure, he's a grizzled old bastard, but he has every spell ever made and created 7 of them.
Or a 15th level Diabolist who's just surrounded by protections up the wazoo.
Oh, yeah. Or a 15th level summoner who has like 87 different angelic beings guarding him at all times now because you told him that he was a target of assassination and he decided, no, bring him on. Let him shoot his shot. See what happens. All right. And what else do we have? We have the Eastern Territory. Everything that can be said about the assassin of the Eastern Territories has been covered previously. The area is populated by a mix-up of almost every race. Refugees from the West, outcasts from the Goblinoid tribes, and those seeking a better life from both Byzantium and Timiro. And as any population grows, so does the underworld. Amongst the assassins of the East, you will find expensive court assassin to the south, near Timiro's border, Western Empire assassins and cultists, both fleeing and expanding their markets, and in the west, Byzantium killers, along with coasts and rivers, and Wolfen military assassins laying in wait in the north. These assassins range from wild killers, those seeking vengeance, death cultists, killing everybody on a hunt, those in hiding, sadists, and serial killers, no true professionals.
So this is the cinematic version of the Wild West.
Yes, that's what this is. For assassin guilds, the East is very unstable as they fight each other for control over the new territories. Let's bring that over here. Okay. All right. But why do assassins even adventure? Well, if you have an assassin OCC and you're with a group of non-assassins doing non-assassin things, this is a reason why your assassin could be there. For training, the assassin is traveling the world as a mercenary, practicing the application of his deadly skills before he hangs up his shingle as a professional assassin for hire. Hiding. He could be hiding from the law, like he got caught or almost got caught, or his description got out or whatever. So now he's got to lay low for a while to let everybody cool off before he goes back home. An open mission could be an extended open mission for the guild, such as gain influence and respect within this town, and then other orders will follow.
Well, it's Tarantino.
There you go. A quest. Just survival. The Assassin's Guild could have been destroyed by another. Now he's on his own and being hunted by the new guild. Your guild got beat up by another guild. You escaped, but they know you escaped, so they're hunting you. So you're traveling the world, trying to stay alive. Finding your place. You don't have a guild anymore. No one is after you, but you no longer have any help. You no longer have any assistance or any prospects, because all the jobs came through the guild, and the guild is now gone. So now you're just trying to find something else to do. Or you've been sent to an area to gather intelligence. Fine. And then you have to understand that in nearly any Palladium society, a publicly known assassin is almost always executed. Secrecy is paramount. Guild membership is for life, however long or short that is. Loyalty is rewarded. Betrayal is suicide. If you cannot leave an assassin's guild, you can retire as an elder in some cases, but there's no leaving. There's no I quit unless the guild itself has been destroyed.
Or you fake your own death.
Or you fake your own death. Yeah, no, that's completely justifiable. Completely deal. Fake your own death. So that is all the different kinds of assassins that you can make in Palladium Fantasy depending on what culture they've come from. Some of them are, really, really different. Like, say, the Wolfen assassin, or the what was the one that was just fighters.
The Byzantium. Bizantium.
The Byzantine assassins are just basically specialized fighters, And then there is the chaos of the Eastern Empire and the super secrecy trade, barter system that they have in the Western. Depending on where your character's from, you can change the flavor of your assassin OCC. And the reason I wanted to make this into a video is because this is something that I've never seen tackled in Palladium before. You need stuff like this for, say, the witch, the assassin, and other super niche specialty OCCs that a lot of people will have trouble getting their heads around, getting their brains to wrap around it. But if you add flavor from where you were trained to specifically alter how you view and enact assassinations, well, now you have better guidance, and now you can play an assassin OCC in a group of adventurers and have it be plausible. I like that. I like that a lot. All right, what do we have for comment?
I only started one. I just thought it was funny. Emperor
Thomas is a total douche. Just want to add that. Okay. Well, you know what? I will say, like, outlawing assassination isn't a douche move, right? But he probably did it because people wanted to assassinate him a lot. If he's a douche, people want to do that. So he outlawed assassins so he wouldn't be assassinated. That's a bitch move. I get it. Yeah. This right here, if you want to give us money, go to Ko-Fi, go to PayPal, go to Streamlabs, do all that stuff. Don't do it. Well, you can if you want, but if you do it through YouTube, if you do it through Twitch, they're going to take like half or 30%, whatever, of your money and like light cigars with it. I don't know what they do with it.
That's silly. Economy. Don't let them take 30% of your money.
Don't take 30%. Come on.
But other than that, like, subscribe, share, and Heathen Dog is going to regale us about Mafias and Nightbane next, which sounds really weird to me, but I'm sure it'll be exciting like this one. My final note on this is it is basically what I expected it to be, but I really like that it was written. I think absolutely, instead of just playing some cliche James Bond style assassin or whatever that everybody likes to do, this really adds more life to it, and I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah, this is a segment that you didn't know you needed it until you read it.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Agreed.